What's up, Thrashers, and welcome back to another episode of Thrash Reviews, where yours truly, Thrash Maniac 99, continues to review upcoming hard rock and heavy metal albums in the calendar year of 2016. And tonight I review a big album that came out well over a week ago, 2 weeks ago, something like that. The newest release from Colorado death metal band Allegaeon and their new album, Proponent for Sentience. I believe. Yeah, Proponent for Sentience. This is their fourth album, and this band formed in 2008. They are on Metal Blade Records. This is their fourth album, and every album they've put out seems to be getting better and better and better for this upcoming young band from Colorado. They're a band that mixes together technical / prog death metal elements with some melodic death metal thrown into the mix. So let's take a look and see what this band had in store for us this time around. So the opening track, which is the first of 3 tracks that are connected together, the title tracks, but the first part is called The Conception, and this was the opening track at 6.5 minutes, and right off the gate you can tell the band's going very technical on the guitars. The progressive structures are there, the melodic guitars are there as well, kind of like reminiscent of bands like Edge of Sanity and At the Gates. It's like almost like this band is like a 3-way mixture of Death, Edge of Sanity, and At the Gates to some extent, because there's a lot of different elements from each of those bands going on in their music. And this opening track, that's the first of 3 parts of songs that are scattered throughout the entire album, was definitely a solid kickoff for what was to be a thrill ride. Continuing with the second part of the title track, the Algorithm, I believe. Yeah, Algorithm. This was the longest song of the album at nearly 8.5 minutes, and what a bold statement from a band like this. And wow, my goodness. You want to talk about so much going on, dynamic shifts, the technical guitars, melodic sounds with the prog structures, like I talked about on the last track. What more can be said? And also, it continues to tell a great story, and it concludes with the third part of the title track, the Extermination, at nearly 7 minutes in length. And this was the first of 2 songs on the album that featured clean singing, and this was almost power metal-esque clean singing from the lead singer, and it was just beautiful. Great job at mixing the brutality with the melody together, and off you get, a diverse track. And it concludes with the final track of the album, Subdivisions, which was mostly a clean singing song, and what a way to close out such a brilliant album. Unbelievable. Yeah, and this was officially the first album to feature clean singing on an Allegaeon album, which is something different for this band, and it's definitely giving them quite the identity. So overall, top to bottom, this was a monumental album. Absolutely monumental. Not a song on this album was poor. Holy crap. If you haven't heard this album yet, you really need to. And by the way, Subdivisions, I almost forgot, the closing track, Subdivisions, was a Rush cover. Almost forgot about that, and they nailed it with their own unique style. Wow. No words can describe just how phenomenal this album truly is. Tells a great story. The songwriting was on point, musicianship was excellent, lyrics, again with that storytelling aspect, vocally, not only very brutal, but towards the end, very melodic. 94 out of 100. Wow! This album of the year list, when it comes out at the end of November going into December, this might be harder than my 2014 list. Peace out. Have a good night. I may be back for another album later. Who knows?